How do you create a symbol that represents the most important issue in the world? How do you create a symbol that represents stopping the injustice of the world's wealth being held by just a handful of people, that represents taking opportunity back for the people from those that have that wealth, and the need for systemic change of our economic system that allows this injustice to occur? Step 1. Break the issue down into parts to identify the symbol's components. The symbol needed a component that represented systemic and structural change of our current economic system. I could have used the delta for change, but wanted something that represented systemic and structural change. Obvious answer, the letter S. The S can be used for systemic and structural, and if you really want to use your imagination, you can get a C out of each side of the S. Good enough. The symbol then needed something that represented economy, or the flow of money through society. You could use the letter E, but I thought, how about something a little more representative of what our economy revolves around? Money, the dollar sign. Next, I needed a component that represented people thriving, succeeding, prospering. If you look at these from the financial perspective of the individual, then again, the component would be the dollar sign. If you look at this from the perspective of what gives programs, organizations, institutions the resources they need to help people thrive, again, the dollar sign. Then I needed a component for people having the opportunity to thrive. Probably the most important component in my opinion. The best component to represent this is, I ingeniously determined, was the letter O. Lastly, I needed a component that represented not only people having the opportunity to thrive, but something that would account for differences in things like your starting point or your background. If one person graduates from college but has no student debt and is the son of a wealthy politician, and another person graduates from college with loads of student debt and is the son of a middle-income construction worker, those two graduates are likely to have very different opportunities going forward. The best sign I could come up with to represent this was the equal sign. I know the equal sign is usually meant to mean like equality, obviously, but for this project and for the symbol, it's meant to represent equity, fairness, and equality. Step 2, how to put these components together to make a symbol. So I have the S, a dollar sign, an equal sign, and an O. The nice thing about the dollar sign is it already has an S in it, so that worked out. But then I thought, what if I change the dollar sign for this one? Why? Because now it has an equal sign. So voila. One dollar sign contains 3 components that I needed. And if I rotate it, you can see the equal sign is intended to be an equal sign versus just having it vertical and not realizing that it was there. Last component, the O. Where do I put the O? Do I encircle the whole thing? Put it on one side of the S? What if I just put it right square in the middle? Jackpot. Now, how should I style it? This actually took many months to figure out with a lot of iterations. Do I make it thin? Do I make it thick? Do I make it organic or wavy, beveled, outlined? How thick should the outline be? Do I give it color? This process was mind-numbingly tedious. What did I conclude? How about a happy medium? Thickness, medium build. Outline, medium build, for a little bling, a little flair. Color, a simple white with black background. Organic, no, but perfectly square with perfect symmetry among components. The O directly comes from each side of the S, where technically you have 2.5 O's, 3/4, 3/4, and 1. There you have it, a symbol that represents the central issue that all the components represent, a symbol for economic justice, ensuring everyone an equitable opportunity to thrive, to prosper, to succeed, no matter how you define those, through systemic and structural change. And I give the symbol away for free, either in person or you can request to online at allrise.org. I do this to raise awareness and unite people in supporting what is, in my opinion, the most important issue in the world, economic justice.